There are 58 wildfires burning in Atlantic Canada right now, but cooler weather over the weekend brought some relief to parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Water bombers flew over Heart's Content for hours yesterday, dumping water on the nearby Kingston wildfire. It is about 100 square kilometers in size and still considered out of control. Cooler weather is limiting its growth and is allowing crews to gain access to fight different parts of the fire. Heather Gillis is following this wildfire in the province, and she joins me now from St. John's. So, Heather, the Premier and officials spoke earlier and sounded a little more upbeat. What's the latest?
Arthi, it seems like things are starting to move in the right direction here, and the Premier said that there was some reason for hope and optimism as well, because it feels like things are starting to turn the corner. I'm going to start with the fire here in St. John's called the Paddy's Pond Fire. That one is about 3 square kilometers, so it's not nearly as big as Kingston, but it was knocking on the door of some suburbs here in St. John's. Officials say that one is almost contained, so they almost have some hose all around that fire, so that is good news. Crews in there today continuing to put out all the hot spots so that this thing does not reignite. There's another large fire in central Newfoundland called the Martin Lake Fire. That one has actually shrunk in size, so that's a little bit of good news too. It was 21 kilometers square. It's now about 17 kilometers, so reducing in size, which is good news. Also good news that the highway that fire had been threatening is now fully reopened. The Kingston fire, as you said, it's almost 100 square kilometers. It's about 98 hectares, so 98 square kilometers. It's an absolutely massive fire. It has been incredibly destructive. We did get an update from officials today on the damage. They gave us a little bit more of an assessment of how many structures that were on the power grid that have been lost, and they say about 98 so far. So that number will go up as they continue to assess areas that have been damaged, and that is going to take some time. But as you said, we had cooler weather over the weekend, temperatures down into the teens. I think it was 11 degrees at one point on Saturday. And then on Friday, we had rain, which was absolutely celebrated by just about everyone in this province.
Also mentioned that he's working with evacuees, many of whom have been away from their homes for several weeks. What are they telling you?
Well, the province also gave an update on the number of evacuees. They say about 6,000 people have been out of their homes because of these fires. Now, some of them have been able to return. About 2,900 homes have been affected by that fire. But for the people who are starting to get word now about losing their homes, it's been an absolutely devastating and gutting time for them, because many people have lost everything they've put their lives' work into. And then for others, there's just so much uncertainty. You can't get into some communities right now, so you can't see what the devastation is. So it's just uncertainty, and of course the anxiety grows day by day for those people. CBC News spoke with Brian Rose. He is an evacuee. He was outside the reception center in Carbonear on Sunday. He wants more information from government.
Well, it's all kinds of questions for our government and no answers. And nobody's showing anything that's going on in the fire zone, and I think they could do a flyover and let people know what's on their minds. Are we having communities, or are all our communities gone? That's all we want to know.
And the Premier said he did do another flyover over the weekend and said that it is just very difficult, even from the air, to say what exactly is gone, because there are parts of that North Shore that are just completely devastated. And you need the local knowledge to get in there and to see what exactly has been lost. Meanwhile, the Premier and the province have extended its ATV and off-road vehicle ban. That's till Wednesday midnight for any area of this province that has a fire hazard index of high or above. And then when you take your eye to the weather forecast, it looks like we will get a little bit more rain tonight and into tomorrow, about 10 to 15 millimeters, and some cooler temperatures along with that rain. So that will also help the people who are battling these out of control fires.
A little bit of good news. Thanks for this, Heather. That's the CBC's Heather Gillis in St. John's.